Hello and welcome to the Switching to Plan B podcast. I'm Robin.
And I'm Jumbo.
And today we're going to review the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix.
Tires are okay for Plan B.
So to start off, I think a big congratulations to Max.
Yeah, well deserved over the year.
Yeah.
I think he did very well.
Mm-hmm. Apart from that, maybe a bit of a controversial race.
I think a very controversial season.
Yeah, I would say definitely the second half of the season.
Yeah.
But to be fair, Silverstone was way before that, wasn't it? So.
But the thing is, right, I know we should be talking about this race, but we're going to look at the whole season because there's lots of things that tie in.
Yeah.
Silverstone, I think they got right. Monza, I also think they got right. The decisions after that were between those two.
Yep.
I'm a bit like, It's almost like they went, I don't want to get in the way of the fight, but have massively and controversially affected the fight today.
Yeah.
That's gone right to the wire.
Exactly.
And the thing that annoys me most about this is that I think that Lewis today was leading for every lap except half a lap, which is when Max went on to win.
Mm-hmm.
And he must feel really hard done by because he did everything right. Max also did everything right.
Yeah.
In my opinion. He stayed on the track. I do think he did force Lewis off a little bit, but technically, it's a bit of a grey area whether Lewis should have given it back or not. I think it was fine. Yeah. I think Lewis probably would have got him anyway.
I felt like if they were to be fair and had been fair the whole season, they would have asked Lewis to giving it back.
Also, I don't think Max, the way how I always thought the racing was up until this season, it seemed that you had to leave enough space for the driver. You can't block a driver off the track.
Yeah.
For some reason, that's now allowed. And then if you go off the track, as long as you don't gain an advantage by doing that, you don't have to give it back. It seems strange.
Yeah.
And that was controversial. That was first lap controversy. I don't know. You got any more thoughts on that? It's just.
Well, I was also going to say, and this is a bit away from the race, I think, but a lot of people will be tuning into this race being the last race of the season. We've got friends and family that don't normally watch F1 to watch this race. And I feel a bit embarrassed to suggest that they should watch it because it's such a boring track. And so for the most part, the race was boring. Yeah,
there was huge chunks of the race that was boring. Lap 1 was great.
Yeah.
Because of that incident we talked about, whether that's right or wrong.
And there's also a little bit of overtaking in the first lap and things like that.
Yeah, I mean, most of the overtakes, they always say the most positions you can make are on the first lap because you're that close.
But then after that...
Stretched massively.
Yeah.
Whatever they did, I think it was better, but there's still a fundamental flaw at that track.
Yeah.
Something doesn't work.
No.
And they've just signed a new contract. I was just telling you a minute ago, to 2030.
I couldn't believe it.
So strap in, folks, because that's going to be the decider for many, many years to come yet.
Yeah.
Whether they change it again, I don't know, but I don't think it did enough today. And I think this will kind of be forgotten about because of the big controversy.
Yeah.
Controversy.
Yeah.
Which is a farce. We've been trying to work out what's going on. We haven't heard anything from Mercedes at this point.
No.
Because they're literally going through all the rules trying to work out what's going on. There's also... this is the thing I feel really bad for, right? Max has done nothing wrong. Lewis has done nothing wrong. The FIA has messed this up massively, in my opinion. I don't feel like what they've done is fair.
No.
What I would have done is red flag it, 5-lap race, everyone's on soft tyres, go.
Yeah.
How good, preview, if you've never watched F1, oh my gosh, what's going on? You've got 5-lap race.
Yeah.
It's like an F1 game race online.
Yeah.
Like Max on soft tyres against Lewis on soft tyres, there's going to be, like we saw in lap 1.
Yeah. And it will be whatever happens. It's not the FIA's fault and it's not a show about the FIA because now the hot topic isn't Max Verstappen winning. It's FIA may have screwed it up.
Yeah.
And that puts a downer on Max Verstappen's win.
Yeah.
And puts Mercedes in a bad light because they're trying to fight it. And I understand Mercedes wanting to fight it. But at the same time, I don't see that it could change. I feel like what they should be fighting is the FIA need to sort themselves out. Mm-hmm. And that's something I think for next year we want to see is to have a solid FIA team that just stand by their grounds. And it does feel very, they've given this one to Red Bull because the last one they didn't give to Red Bull. Or Mercedes have queried it, so we've now given Mercedes this. I don't agree with that. It shouldn't go because they've complained about it, we're doing something about it. It should be, we've made these decisions. If you don't like it, tough. Yeah,
I agree with that totally. I think just a mess.
Yeah.
An utter mess. No consistency. Like, even you look at Saudi Arabia last week, what a mess that was. The FIA ruined that race as well.
I know.
What were they doing?
I don't know.
And also, like, they gave a red flag last week for Schumacher's crash.
Yeah.
And then I don't get why they didn't red flag this one.
I felt like this one should be red flagged more because the car was actually on track.
Yeah.
Whereas last week it wasn't on the track.
No, and they had to get that recovery vehicle on the track.
Yeah.
You saw that big tractor. And last time I saw, well, I don't know if you were watching, but we lost a driver, Jules Bianchi, died by hitting a recovery vehicle not that long ago.
Right.
So why on earth they thought it was safe when there's cars still going? Because we saw the safety car go past, and that vehicle, that massive crane forklift thing was on the track.
Yeah.
How they thought that was safe, I don't know. And that's what I don't get. How is it, as you say, it was way off the track last week, way off the track. And I know it's quick, but the safety car will be slowing them down.
Yeah.
Even that's inconsistent for me.
No, yeah, I know.
And a red flag situation would have made that much better. Yes, Lewis would have been complaining because he's lost his lead, but that's more safety for me. What they did today, I don't feel like was proper safety. If they really wanted to be safe, they would have ended it under safety car, and Lewis would have won outright. Yeah. Because he won, he led every lap of the race.
Yeah.
As I say, congratulations to Max. Unbelievable.
Yeah.
But there's always going to be that question mark over
should he have won it?
Should he have won it?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's wrong, because if they did do a 5-lap race, or Max was leading that race, imagine if it was the other way around. Max would feel, and Red Bull would be hitting the roof.
So I can I'm sure they can understand what Mercedes are doing.
I don't think so, because they're so biased. But a lot of the other drivers that we haven't heard from that many, because this is all anyone's talking about. But a lot of the other drivers, they seem, George Russell, very vocal. I understand he would be because he's a Mercedes driver for next year, but very vocal about that's unacceptable. And I think
even Norris and Ocon kind of touched on if decisions were made because the FIA had said the cars were not going to be overlapped, and then all of a sudden that was changed. Those decisions now wouldn't be valid. And so then it is a bit of a wrong.
And I also like the fact that, sorry, we didn't actually explain what fully happened, but I assume people tuning into this know exactly what's happened. But basically, on the last couple of laps, the FIA said that they weren't going to let the cars in between Max and Lewis go through. Red Bull were very unhappy about that. Then all of a sudden that changed, just as the safety car was ending, which was strange, because normally if the cars go through, you then let them come all the way back round. So then everyone's in their right positions. But they only let the cars in between Max and Lewis go through, and not the other 3 cars that were lapped that needed to go through as well. In terms of sports and regulations, there's nothing that says that you're allowed to do that. So technically, they have broken their own regulations.
Yeah, and it feels like it's a bit of a strange move.
Yeah, it is. It was a very strange move. And also because it happened so quickly, I was a bit like, is he under pressure from Red Bull?
Exactly,
because Red Bull weren't happy about it? And
because it feels like it was tailored towards
But Mercedes
Red
would have
Bull.
been lobbying exactly the same thing. For me, someone needs to have the stones and go, no, this is a decision.
Exactly, that's what I've said earlier.
Because, and also, I don't like the fact, and this really annoyed me, Toto going, oh no, don't make it a full safety car, don't make it a red flag, whatever it was, virtual safety car, don't make it a full safety car.
Yeah.
That is not allowed. I think he should be fined for that. Because that's lobbying. That's interfering with someone's decision. So I think cut the communication. Have one person that communicates to the race director. I would have basically, you have Michael Massey, makes the decision, then you have someone that communicates that to the team.
Yeah.
And then you have one person that communicates to the team, and that's it. There's too many lines going on. They've got direct access to the top director. It's a joke.
Yeah, because if Michael Massey is making the decisions and he's now...
He's coming under pressure.
Yeah, he's coming under pressure by, say, Red Bull or Mercedes or any... Today was mainly those 2 teams. It normally is mainly those 2 teams, I think. But then he's going to be feeling pressure of trying to make it fair, and he's looking at, what Red Bull's saying does make sense, so I might do it this way instead.
Yeah.
It might sway his opinion on it.
Massively.
Whereas I don't think that's right. Even if what Red Bull is saying is correct, he's the one that should be making the judgments without any of the team. And
the stewards are in their own little room.
Yeah.
So Michael Massey has communication with them. He's the only person that talks to them.
Yeah.
So why? Do you see what I mean? I don't understand why, because Michael Massey's got to make decisions.
Yeah.
So why is he then allowed to have direct communication with the teams? And also, if you remove that, he has direct communications with the teams, and you have a few people that can distribute the messages, that whole incident with Max and Lewis, they would have got it at exactly the same time.
Yeah,
if you wanted to be, that's more fair.
Yeah.
So you've got you two, right, you're going to send that message at the same time. It's basic concept, I think. Like, we're not the smartest people in the world. The people in F1 are so intelligent. How have they not worked this out?
I like to think of myself very intelligent.
I mean, we're not idiots, right? But like, we're not like bumping into walls and stuff. But like, you know, well, a little bit maybe. But yeah, you know, like, I don't know. It's just a farce. It's an absolute joke.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. And then also, the other thing I really don't like, Mercedes going through this with a fine little comb. They think that they found Max breaking a rule and a regulation for that tiniest overtaking of
Lewis. I don't feel that that's fair. I mean, Max wasn't in the right doing that, but at the same time, you can see for the rest of that lap that he did not gain an advantage for doing that at all. He overtook way after that incident.
And Max was so eager to get past. I think he was just a bit too over eager. But the other thing is that technically you're not allowed to do it. Technically he has broken it. But if that was on the other foot, or whoever you support, your favourite driver, if your favourite driver lost a title or got a 5-second penalty for something that minor.
Yeah, I mean, Verstappen's not my favourite driver, but I still think that it would be really harsh to do that. Yeah. I think that today's decision is more about the FIA. Mm-hmm. And obviously the FIA can't be penalised for what they did. But I do think that they need to be, well, kind of what Nico said, they need to sort out the regulations.
To tighten up the rules.
Yeah, they need to tighten up the rules, but they also need to sort out the way that communication happens between the teams and themselves, because I feel like they're being swayed, and that's, you know, either way, either side.
We've watched documentaries before about F1.
Yeah.
I don't remember if we saw Senna together or not, but there's a lot of problems in that with the FIA and Prost and Senna. And I remember watching it thinking, oh, what a joke. So it's a good job that stuff doesn't happen anymore. And in this season, I've been like, they're getting this. The same.
It probably hasn't happened because
it makes F1 look really bad, in my opinion. Yes, the views will be through the roof because, as you say, we had people tuning in. I think all my mates watched it, pretty much. Your family watched it, and I don't think they properly followed F1.
They don't really follow.
No, so which was cool. And it's just and you think, as you say, it was a bit of a boring race. But there's so much controversy. It's either going to go one way or another. People will be like, what a mess of a sport. Yeah. Or we'll be like, okay, we'll get into this. Netflix is going to be amazing. I cannot wait, because this is going to be... the backstage stuff is going to be fantastic.
I feel like at least last season of the Netflix, I felt like they were trying to make it overly dramatic.
They don't need to do that this year.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to say. I feel like this year, F1 has given them enough juice for them not to need to try and make any drama.
No. And I think, obviously, we don't know any decisions at this point. I would be very disappointed if Max doesn't get it, because he's done all the celebrations. I don't think he's done anything wrong.
Yeah.
Also, I think Lewis would feel like it's been unjust getting that like that.
I wouldn't want to win it like that. And also,
I wouldn't want to win it or lose it like that. And I think that's the problem here. That is my biggest problem here. Is that
I feel like Lewis was a better driver today. But again, the championship is won based on the whole year. Mm. And so I don't think that like either of them deserved it. So I think they should keep Max as the championship.
I think there'll be uproar.
Yeah.
I mean, we're quite on the fence with this.
Yeah, we're not too biased. Everyone is a little bit. But
I think you're much more. You have a much stronger dislike of Red Bull than I do.
As a team,
I get that. They probably are my least favourite team, but there's been worse in my opinion.
Right.
So,
Well, at the moment, they're the worst to me.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think I don't really like. I don't think Mercedes has been fantastic this year either.
They haven't.
I don't think they've held themselves well.
No, they're not their usual cool, calm, collected. No. They're also not working well.
Do you know the biggest
as well
as
as
out
they
of
used
this?
to?
Ferrari, massively.
Yeah.
They've got away without a big drama for years now.
Yeah.
Their car actually looks quite quick. I mean, we haven't even spoken about Carlos.
Yeah, I wanted to go into that.
Carlos. We love Carlos in this pod.
We do love Carlos.
And he was on the podium, and I was
know.
go on, Carlos. Every time, I felt a bit like, oh, this is just a bit weird. And then you see Carlos on that, and I was like, get in there, Carlos. Go on, lad.
And he got fifth in the...
He got fifth in the
championship.
And it does make me laugh because everyone goes, oh, Leclerc is so good. Sainz's first year at Ferrari to beat Leclerc was in his third year, and Leclerc is said to be one of the hot shot drivers.
Yeah.
Sainz has got ahead of him.
Yeah.
What a result.
I know.
Unbelievable.
I don't think there's much... I think that a lot of the younger drivers, there's not much in them. They're all quite good.
Sainz, Leclerc, I think is probably the strongest driver pairing on the grid, bar probably Russell and Hamilton for next year, I think will be crazy strong.
Yeah.
Lando and Danny, I think, Ricciardo are very good.
Yeah.
Who else is... Dan, obviously, if you're talking young drivers, Russell, Lando, Leclerc, Max, obviously, Max is class. Gasly is class.
Yeah.
Ocon on his day is very good.
Yeah.
That rookie Alonso, he's good.
Yeah. he's one of the young ones.
Yeah, he is, yeah. Obviously, we're joking. Tsunoda
did really well today.
He did.
He got P4.
Yeah. How have I missed that?
With Gasly P5. That's like the best Tsunoda has done.
He did. That is a great result.
I know.
I missed that.
Yeah.
So, that's because Lando had to stop, didn't he?
Yeah, he had to pit because he had a puncture.
Yeah, slow puncture.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, see, the order was all over the place at the end. I didn't realise this. So Tsunoda was fourth, Gasly, Bottas, man.
Did nothing today.
But we haven't even talked about Checo. What a drive.
Oh, yes. He was the driver of the day for us, wasn't he?
I thought so. And we haven't even spoken about Kimi. There's so much because the whole faff at the top.
The whole controversy is taken away from the race. And I feel like that's so annoying. Because
it is annoying.
People like Tsunoda, P4, will not get a look at.
I know. Just think that he was... How close was he? Half a second behind Sainz. I know that it was only one lap. But even so, he could have been on the podium.
Yeah. He wouldn't have. Sainz is a bit better driver, I think.
Yeah,
Yuki still has a long way to go.
But even so, that what a way to finish the season, P4.
Yeah, I know. Ahead of Gasly as well.
Yeah, and even that's a big chunk of points. What's that? 12 points?
12 points, yeah.
Yeah, that's a big chunk of points. That's probably like his whole season's points, basically.
Oh, bless him.
Maybe.
I don't know.
It's at least like a half or like a third of his points that he's got. But he also had a great start and then a great end. So hopefully he can continue that momentum going into next season. And with the new cars
sometimes that's all you need, isn't it?
Yeah. Go on, Tsunoda. I'm happy for him.
Hopefully he'll get a bit more confidence from this P4.
Do you know what's funny, right? Yuki Tsunoda, the actual driver, has done very well. But we have a microwave called Yuki because it beeps all the time.
Randomly.
It just randomly beeps at us. So, and normally that's the same as Yuki Tsunoda's radio. Yeah. It's just covered in profanity. So we nicknamed our microwave Yuki. He was playing up last night.
He was.
So I had to go and turn him off, the microwave off. And then all of a sudden, Yuki's doing well in F1. Maybe there's a link there.
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to take that. I think we should have credit for that.
All right. Our microwave has helped Yuki.
Yeah. It's called Yuki. Bottas. Well, that's what we were talking about.
That's what we were talking about. Bottas.
He had a bad Saturday.
No, that's not what we're talking about because we mentioned Bottas not doing so great.
Yeah.
And then we talked Perez. Are we wanting to go back to talk about Perez as well?
I just wanted to say about Bottas and his final race for Mercedes. That is just a terrible way. It was a classic Bottas 2021.
Yeah.
Stuck in midfield, could not do anything.
Yep.
Couldn't get past Tsunoda. I know Tsunoda had a good race, but could not get past him.
I know.
And it's just disappointing. And then it made me laugh with this whole faff going on currently. Mercedes fuming. We haven't seen Toto. They're all up in there going through a comb with a fine comb trying to work out how they can get a legal process or whatever over the FIA. And then you see him in this special race suit, a blue Finnish race suit, running down the pier and doing a bomb into the water. Into the harbour.
Yeah.
It's just so funny just to see that. I know they're constructor champions, so they will be celebrating a little bit, but just the contrast is so funny. Lewis is distraught and Bottas is doing a running bomb.
We've actually not seen Lewis after his podium.
No, not at all. I do feel for him. I generally do. It's not why you want to lose a title when you've done everything right, but also...
And also when it's not because the other driver was better or the other driver or the other team had a better strategy. It was because the FIA messed up.
Well, I think everyone would have loved it if they were both on fresh softs, one lap.
For the even if it was the 5 laps, if they'd when Latifi crashed, just go red flag.
Yeah.
We'll sort this out quickly and then get you to do the rest of the 5 laps.
Yeah.
I think that makes so much more sense. I don't know why they didn't think of that.
No. Perez though, what's an unbelievable defense.
I know.
I know Lewis was like whinging about it, but Lewis whinges about his tyres and he's blisteringly quick. So you've got to take a pinch of salt with him. He's a bit of a diva sometimes. Whenever he drives against
someone, he goes, "That was dangerous."
Yeah,
and you're like, no, it wasn't.
It was fine, Lewis. Like the only one sometimes is normally when he gets close to Max because for some reason they cannot race. Obviously,
but
Lewis and
he doesn't normally
Perez
complain about it. He just goes, "This guy's mad" or something like that. You know.
But Perez, they can actually race. They've raced a few times this season, and it was good. But Perez parked his car so well, and like he was just so good.
It's the kind of racing you want to see Lewis and Verstappen do.
Yeah, exactly.
And you don't see that because I feel like
they're always just trying to push each other off the track.
Yeah, it's a bit dirty driving, and I think it started out with Max, but I think that Lewis has gone to that level too.
I think Lewis. It's almost like, well, they don't know what the rules are, so we're going to push the rules as far as we can.
Yeah.
That is the problem.
Yeah.
Because even if you go right back to the beginning of the season, Imola, Max was quite aggressive.
Yeah.
I didn't think there was anything too much in it, but technically, you could have said, oh, you need to calm down a little bit. Did that again in Barcelona.
Yeah. Done
it quite a few times.
Yeah.
And then he started to get penalised.
It was when Alonso started going out of the boundaries that we noticed that actually there's some dodgy stuff here. Yeah, because he's going, well, if other people can do it, I can do it too.
Yeah. Anyway, Checo I thought was driver of the day for me.
Yeah, I agree.
He's the only bit that I thought was really good.
It was
obviously Lewis was good because he checked out and Max did his thing, but like Checo was the one that
what we tune in to watch F1 for. That sort of thing is what we want to see.
Yeah, that's the exciting stuff.
Yeah, and even if then it didn't get anywhere because he just pitted, he did his job, entertained us for a while. Lewis carried on afterwards as before.
Max caught up so much as well. It was like 5 seconds he took out in one lap.
Yeah.
Checo. But what I was going to say, we never got to see a Bottas Perez wingman fight.
No.
Or like they were both involved in it. We never had the 4 of them. It was always 3 or just the 2 of them.
Yeah.
We never got the 4.
No.
What else happened? Ocon 9th, solid. Alonso 8th, solid. Latifi, he was the reason why there was a safety car. Just lost the rear, similar to Kimi.
Yeah.
Not too much else to say about that. I think he'll be a bit gutted about that.
Yeah, it's not how you want to end your race, and also to then be the reason why all the controversy started. You probably, it won't be nice.
Raikkonen, sad to see him retire on lap 25 as well.
I know, it was quite early on.
Got driver of the day though.
He did.
Most fan votes. It's going to be a strange place, F1 without Kimi.
Yeah.
He's been there for a long time. I know he had a couple of seasons out doing rallying, but I just like him. He's different. He's a character because he is different. You want these kind of people in F1. I think that's why, for me, Lando is so likable because he just says it how it is.
But Lando's from more a naive sort of place, whereas Kimi is from a I don't care sort of place.
So something like 75 seconds is how long he spends in the pen on average when he goes around, does the answers. I think that's so funny because that's probably one interview for one of the drivers.
Yeah. His responses are normally no.
Yeah. Yeah, he does. He just goes, wow.
Yeah. That was a good Kimi impression.
I've been practicing. Also, Gio didn't finish on his final race.
That was sad.
That was
because
we like Gio.
is not going because he wanted to go. Like Raikkonen is going on his own terms. Gio isn't, and so it would be nice for him to finish on a high, so he can look back and have a good memory of that. And to have to DNF is
just not very good for Alfa Romeo. 2 cars not finishing is never good. Same as Williams. Russell had to retire.
Yeah,
strange one. I think gearbox possibly.
Well, Perez had to retire, and we don't really know why.
That was right at the end as well.
Yeah, and they said it on the
because he wasn't sure why. He said, "Are you serious?"
And he was like, "Really?"
Yeah.
So that was a bit weird. Yeah.
Also, Mazepin has COVID. He didn't even race.
Yeah,
that was a bit surprising.
Doesn't get too bad COVID because it can be quite tough.
Yeah, I assume they're all jabbed. I don't actually know, but
I don't know.
I think that's private, isn't it? But I assume that there probably are. But
yeah, they say that the symptoms aren't as bad if you are jabbed.
Yeah, hopefully he's all right, and yeah,
be here next season.
Yeah, I don't really know. Was there anything else we wanted to talk about? I think that's pretty much it. Obviously, we don't know the result or the outcome of whatever's going on. I really hope that it's nothing stupid happened in terms of like Max loses it, because
Max deserved the championship. Even though I didn't feel like the race ended like it should have, he still deserves the championship.
If you cross the line first at the end of on the last lap, that's how you want it to be done.
Yeah.
Whether I think that how it was done, I still think they should have red flagged it. Would have made it more exciting for everyone.
It would. Yeah, and it would have been a better race, wouldn't it?
Giving them 5 laps to do it.
So to say you can have one lap is hardly a race.
Yeah.
5 laps would have been good.
Yeah, and by the looks of it, I don't think Red Bull were thinking about doing a pit stop until. Well, no, they came in quite early. They came in twice, didn't they?
Yeah.
Red Bull JB said it. It's weird. Somehow being second, you actually have more advantage.
Mm-hmm. But you don't, because it was looking. If Latifi hadn't crashed, if there wasn't the yellow flag, if they didn't change the rules of what they did, sort of thing.
Yeah.
Or if it finished under safety car, all those scenarios, it would have been Hamilton to win.
I don't understand why they didn't end up with the safety car as well. That's the other thing I don't fully get. I know from a sporting point of view, that's not how you want the race to go. But if that's how a race finishes, that's how a race finishes.
Yeah.
We've seen multiple races finish like under a safety car.
But we've seen worse races. We've seen Spa this year.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is that the Spa was a joke as well.
It wasn't a race.
It wasn't a race. So I think there's a lot. If you look over the season, there's a lot of problems that the FIA
they need to sort themselves out.
And either if that's Michael Massey making those decisions, he needs to come out and stand up and be like, we need to change this or whatever, because that's not right.
No.
On multiple occasions. And I think that, especially with everyone getting a lot of spotlight, every little detail is coming under scrutiny now. Yeah. So they need to tighten up ship. Mm-hmm. And hopefully for 2022, with the new regulations coming in, we can hit the ground running with all of this kind of tied up neatly, as neat as it can be, because this is going to be a bit of a fact going over the winter, because it's going to loom.
Yeah.
I mean, if this does go to court, which it has done before, this could be months yet. So I just hope that we can just leave it as it is, and then just move on, and FIA need to sort themselves out.
Yeah.
I don't think there's anything else to say other than what season.
Yeah. We might do another one on what the results are.
Yeah. Yeah, if something major happens.
But if not, have a nice winter break, and we'll see you next year.
See you, everyone.
See ya.
Tires are okay for plan B.